Hey all you sketchy people, welcome back to my channel. Jack here, and in today's video we're going to recap my week in Los Angeles. It was my very first time in La La Land, and I'll show you the sights, the sounds, the foods, and of course, the sketchy people down in Los Angeles. And without further ado, let's get sketchy.
First time in LA.
Oh no, I live here.
No, I mean mine.
And before we get to Los Angeles, we got to depart PDX, and here's our classic shoes on carpet picture. And if you haven't seen the remodeled Portland airport, boy, it's something to behold. I did a little feature of this in my Austin video, so check that out when you've got the time. And of course, Portland in December is gray, overcast, and rainy, and we are very much looking forward to some Southern California sunshine, and we'll be there shortly. Airports are some of my absolute favorite places to people watch. And PDX did not disappoint with some sketchy people before our departure. So let's buckle up, and the sketchy captain has turned on that comment, like, and subscribe notifications. So partake as you see fit, and let's get out of this gray rain and on our way to Los Angeles, California. Whoosh. And once the clouds cleared away, we got a beautiful look at the Sierra Nevada mountains as we make our way into Hollywood and the greater LA area. And flying over Los Angeles, what really blew me away was the sheer size of this city. It's absolutely gigantic. And one of the architectural features at LAX is this building right here, this space age building. It's called the Theme, and one of the architects on it was Charles Luckman, who designed my favorite building in Portland, the Wells Fargo Tower. So it was really cool to see the Theme up close and to be welcomed to Los Angeles by it. And it didn't take long for Los Angeles to get sketchy. I saw this very fun sight of a pug being walked, and as we cruised through downtown, we drove by some very familiar towers that were in the news big time earlier this year with their graffiti coverage. So these luxury towers here are not completed. They've been sitting abandoned for about the past half decade or so, and earlier this year they became a graffiti mecca for people to come in and tag it up. And I've been wanting to see these firsthand, and it was kind of a thrill to sit here at a stoplight and just to take this in. So I wish I had more time to get better video, but here they are, and go check them out on your own if you can. This kind of was the inspiration for my Portland graffiti video, and I will have a part 2 of Portland graffiti coming very soon. Now our stomachs are grumbling, so it's time to get to a classic In-N-Out.
First In-N-Out burger ever. That's good. Very good.
Let me know what you think of In-N-Out Burger. I thought it was really tasty, and it powered us on to the Hollywood Walk of Fame to take in the Chinese theater and so much more. So many great stars and celebrities have their name and handprints in the pavement here, and it was just a thrill to kind of get lost in it all. And Star Trek is one of my favorite shows, and just to walk the stars and to see all these great names, some of my faves, learning new people, you really just kind of get lost with, who you're going to see next. And it was really fun to be here. And one of my favorite actors of all time is Harrison Ford. And hey, goals are stars. And my absolute favorite cartoon character, Bugs Bunny. And here I am with a T800 and getting sketchy with a snake named Baby. You never know what you're going to see on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Santa Claus Rex. So much fun stuff to see in Hollywood. Amoeba Music is an absolute mecca for vinyl, pop culture, entertainment, and we just had to walk in and spend some time and take it all in. And this place is massive. It really embodies the vibe of LA, of just really big sprawl and so much stuff to look at. And we had a little bit of a nightcap here at Mel's Drive-In. Got a milkshake and some coffee, and it's just a really classic diner, complete with jukeboxes at every table. So we dropped a few quarters in and jammed out to some tunes. So Mel's Drive-In in Hollywood. It was a really cool blast of the past, a lot of fun. The robot delivery service of tomorrow, today. The future has arrived, and I was very impressed, and I'd never seen this firsthand, so it was quite the thrill, and I felt like a very small town bumpkin for being surprised by that, as well as this. I'd never seen the night vision in a Tesla, so this was pretty cool. I was in awe by all of this technology. I kind of felt like I was riding in a Johnny cab from Total Recall. Yeah, the future is here, and it's looking pretty awesome. And what better way to start our day than with some lovely Phil's coffee. This coffee shop delivered Phil's is awesome, and possibly the most California thing we saw on our trip. Love it. And I've never seen ornaments on a cactus. That is awesome. And we made our way down to the Santa Monica Pier, which is also the end of Route 66. The pier had a lot of fun, and check this out. That was a lot of fun. I love great street performers just like that. And check out these sketchy people planters here in Venice Beach. These were awesome, really fun. I love all the art that Venice Beach had to offer. Really great energy. And I think it's because I get so much vitamin D. I mean, it's pretty rad. I mean, check this out. Look at the energy of this place. And so many great people to see and watch. Venice Beach is really fun. We hung out and watched the skateboarders for a while, catching big air. Got some slaps up, and even saw a skateboarding doggo. It's good times in the sun.
Hey guys, is this the Venice Beach courts? I mean, is this the only one?
And yep, Venice Beach got the good basketball courts here. This is where that clip you just saw, Woody Harrelson in White Men Can't Jump, had some great scenes here. Love that movie. I could watch basketball players seriously all day long. I love watching basketball.
He's looking for me. This is Jack right here, and he has a nice book, which he's going to give it to me. He was hoping to meet me down here, and he did. Unbelievable. I could be next, or you can be next.
And I've been following the German in Venice for quite a while now, and while I was in Venice, I was like, well, maybe I'll run into Mike. Wasn't exactly sure if I would, and boom, I did, and it was so great. So definitely check out German in Venice on YouTube and Instagram, and quick shout out to Mike for including me in this video. Thanks so much. And what a beautiful sunset. I actually had to get sunscreen on in December. And Southern California, bringing the rays. And 8 self-driving cars, some more Johnny cabs. If you are hungry for Oaxacan food, look no further than Gettin here in Venice Beach. We walked all the way from the Santa Monica Pier down to Venice Beach, and we worked up quite an appetite, and this spread did not disappoint. I could still hear the sizzle of those fajitas. Smells so good. And then you top it off with a Mexican Coke, and you got it going. And here's our driver to get us to Disneyland. Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. Disneyland opened in 1955, and the energy of Disneyland in the holidays is really, well, magical. And here is the iconic statue of Walt and Mickey. And we made our way to the Dumbo ride, and it was really fun to actually come back. I had been here once before, 34 years ago, and it was really awesome just to be back at the park and just wander around. And it's a lot, but it's a lot of fun too. The Jungle Cruise is really cool. One of the classic rides here at Disneyland. A lot of cool animatronic animals and scenes. A lot of fun. I like the Jungle Cruise a lot. I kind of like a lot of the rides that just are more slow and go. Sword in the Stone is one of my favorite movies, and I got the sword out of the stone, but that's weird. Didn't get a photo of it. Next time. And here we're looking at the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. The teacups are a really fun ride. And Alice in Wonderland is my favorite Disney movie of all time. It's the first movie I ever recall seeing in my life. Alice in Wonderland, based on the Lewis Carroll books. This Disney movie was originally released in 1951. And it's the time in the park that I really got starstruck and a huge hit of nostalgia while on this ride. Then we headed over to the Haunted Mansion, which is now themed in the amazing Nightmare Before Christmas by Tim Burton, and got a little overheard here. And before the ride even commences, you're greeted with this huge Nightmare Before Christmas, I don't know, statue, sculpture, whatever it is. It was great. Disneyland in December was really fun. I think I'll be back before another 34 years goes by. And we were staying at the Line Hotel and had an overheard to start our day. Very fun. And then we went back up to Hollywood to go to Trejo's Coffee and Donuts. I feel LA's donut game is pretty top notch. There's a lot of donut shops all over the city and didn't really have to go far to find this one. I like Danny Trejo a lot. He's in a lot of great movies. And I know he's got a taco shop. Didn't get to that, but we did get to this really cool donut shop. And I got myself the machete maple donut. Delicious. Well, now we are caffeinated and sugared, so let's get on up to the Getty Museum. And the Getty was really surprising in that it's a free museum, and you get aboard the light rail that will take you from the parking area up the hill and over the entire city of Los Angeles. If you're not even into museums, I highly suggest just going to the Getty for the views. And I mean, look at this. A piece that really caught my eye was this musician's brawl. I thought this was kind of comical, as I've been in many bands over the years, and I feel sometimes I can really relate to a scene like this. Vincent van Gogh's irises were on display, and they were doing a study to try and capture what the painting looked like in its original color. And here they're showing the use of X-rays and other technology to show how Van Gogh painted and layered his colors to achieve the irises. It was a really fascinating study to try and capture the original look. The grounds of the Getty are so magical because you go inside, you take in some art, and then you can go outside and take in some sun. A really great blend for a museum. And always a good overheard. But I had no idea the Getty would have grounds like this, and I've never been to a museum quite like this. Here at the Getty, it was so great to walk around those rooms and then go outside and just kind of take in the ducks and take in all that you just saw. You know, museums are kind of exhausting because it requires a lot of brain power, and the Getty is really well laid out to have these ducks to calm you down and to enjoy the scenery.
Travertine.
Before today, I didn't know travertine made those types of tones. So if you're looking for a great museum at a low price of free, the Getty's got you covered. And we hung out and watched the sunset here over the Pacific, and it was a really wonderful day. The Getty delivered. And then we went and got delicious and lovely Korean barbecue. I had never gotten Korean barbecue before, never even seen it done, and this was a real treat. What a great dinner to be had with friends and family after a busy day in Los Angeles. This has been a really cool treat to really expand my palate and try a lot of new foods. If you haven't done Korean barbecue, I highly suggest. It is delicious and a really fun activity. Korean barbecue, good stuff. And the next night we got dinner at the Prince, which is an amazing Korean restaurant. And the Prince has got quite the vibe. This restaurant has been used in many movies and TV shows, including one of my favorite TV shows, Mad Men. And here's a couple scenes. And this booth right here, this is the booth we actually sat at. So it was really awesome to sit at a same booth that one of my favorite shows, Mad Men, had a scene at. And the ambiance of the Prince is really top-notch. Love the red, the classic vibes. And if you need to have a server come to your table, why, you just push the button and they take your order. And really quickly, we got delicious Korean food for dinner, and it was really lovely. And for a nightcap, we went over to the phenomenal tiki bar, Tiki Tea. And just a heads up, you will have to wait for a while in line because it's a very small bar, but the wait is worth it, the ambiance is solid, and every Wednesday at 9 p.m. they do a toast.
Thanks, Adrian. $5 for my grandfather Ray. His picture's up there on the wall. He opened the bar up in '61. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be enjoying these fine libations. So cheers to Ray.
Ray!
Cheers, Ray.
Indeed, cheers to Ray. Thanks for opening up Tiki Tea. And a really fun overheard as well. I also hit up the Broad Museum and saw a sketchy person. Broad Museum kind of looks like a cheese grater. More modern art here at the Broad, which was more my style. Here's some Warhol, 20 Jackies, and Mao right here. But I learned about this artist here, Ellsworth Kelly. Very large canvases, very, very powerful stuff. And I was thrilled to see Basquiat in person. I'd never seen any of his work up close like this, so that was a real treat. This piece was really captivating. I went back to it a couple times while I was at the Broad. It's huge, a lot of faces, got that kind of pop art vibe I really like. So I was really excited to learn about Ellen Gallagher. This piece was a lot of fun. And they had some Jeff Koons on display as well. Roy Lichtenstein, this is probably my favorite piece I saw of Roy's today. There was a lot of Liechtenstein there. It was great to see some Kehinde Wiley work. Love the glitter on this piece. I think Kehinde does a really phenomenal job of environment and lighting. Always a thrill to see Kehinde's work. And an Alice in Wonderland moment. Some really gigantic table and chairs as I walked through here. Pretty awesome stuff. And then there was this infinity light room that they had on display, which was a really dazzling effect on the senses. Pretty cool stuff. And that was the Broad. And a sketchy person. Sketchy people. Always fun. The food scene in Los Angeles is top-notch, and we had to get a slice of pizza here at Apollonia's. Apollonia's, desde 2012. This pizzeria is standing room only, it's cash only, and for a tiny pizza shop, it really packs a big punch with flavor and ambiance, and hey, if I lived here, I'd be coming back all the time. My wife got the slice with vodka sauce, I got the square pizza. Apollonia's is perfect. In our week-long trip in Los Angeles, it's got to come to a close, but it will always have me California dreamin'. Thank you so much for watching my video until the end. I really appreciate it. We had a really good time in Los Angeles. It was a quick trip, but a lot of fun. You all are really busy, and I really appreciate you carving out a little bit of time for little old me. And if I haven't drawn you yet, stay your true, lovely, sketchy selves, because you could be next. See ya.
The coast, La La Land, LA.